Hi, and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks for joining me in the Treehouse today. Today's project is a special 3D project, and I recently had a catalog launch party for the new annual catalog, and we had a tea party, and I made these as little table favors. And what was super fun to me was that I was able to get the teacup dies to really completely match my everyday china. So that was so cool to me. This is utilizing a bundle that comes from the new annual catalog, and it's the Cup of Tea bundle. It comes with all of the stamps, and it comes with the dies as well. And I used the teacup die and also the little bag tag, whatever the little thing is from that. I did not have the doilies. This actually came from a die. Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. A set that just recently retired. And I just used this and cut it in half to make the doilies. So that works, and if you have a doily, that would also work. And this fabulous paper is the Hues of Happiness paper, and it is truly fabulous. And it went well with this. And then let me see if I can find this one. I believe has. I'll open it and show you what I did. I wrapped a candy bar. This one might be the dark chocolate. And I also added pieces of the Hues of Happiness paper here and here as well. And I'm going to show you how you put all of this together. So we're going to start with a piece of the Night of Navy. Of course, you can choose your own colors, but I cut it. You can get 3 of these out of a piece of the 8.5 by 11, which is a tiny bit left over. So the dimensions that you'll end up needing would be 2 3/4 by 9 1/4. So you could be cutting off just a little bit. All right, and here are the scoring measurements. You're going to score at 1 3/8, 4 1/2, 5, 5 1/2, and 8 5/8. Now I also just, after I cut it, the width, I went ahead and just scored, and then cut, because I was just using the paper trimmer, because well, I think it'll work. At one point I had changed up the measurements. And I'll give credit to the person, I believe it was a French demonstrator, that came up with this a larger size and of course centimeters, so I changed it up to inches. So that's what you need as far as the base cardstock. And then you'll also need a piece. Now I used the So Saffron paper, and this is cut at 2 1/2 by 2 3/4. So 2 1/2 and 2 3/4. And then you'll need a piece of the DSP, and if you're going to use candy in it, you'll use the same as I did. Let me see if I can find my loose DSP. I don't know if I can. Oh, there it is over there. All right, so here's or a piece of the DSP, and it's not cut correctly, but the DSP for the outside should be 1 inch by 2 3/4. So 1 inch by 2 3/4, and that would be the same size if you wanted to make the inside piece to hold the candy bar. Those would be the exact same size. And then you've got little pieces, and the little tiny DSP that go on the inside. They would be cut at let me see if I can find it. 3/8, just 3/8 of an inch by 2 5/8. So 3/8 by 2 5/8, and you'll need 2 of those. I'll put all these dimensions on my blog as well. So I think that's, oh, I'm sitting here holding it in my hand. Look at that. That's hilarious. Here's the correct size of the DSP that would go right there on our paper. That is so funny. And then you can see that it will also stand up, kind of look like a tea bag or whatever. That's pretty cute. And I use dimensionals, and I'll just show you the rest of it. So let me get the one that I've already I've already scored this one, and I will show you how I did it. So this is that very first score mark at the 1 3/4, I believe it is. Yeah, 1 3/8 mark. And so on that one, you're going to fold it over, kind of like you're going to make a paper airplane. Now this particular fold, I didn't do a very good job with, and score it just like that. So it's lining up against that score line right there. And then you'll take the very next score line and bring it forward, the next one back, and the next one forward again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over. Now imagine that these still had the little ends on it. So you're going to flip it over, and I took a pencil and I marked where those little, imagine these little things here, I marked it like that, opened it up, and then cut from the score line up. And the reason for that is that you want it to be able to slip up under there. And you can just kind of mark it, and you're definitely going to cut inside of your score line, so you don't have to worry about the pencil mark being there. And you'll even kind of just do a little dry fit and see if it works, and see if you need to actually angle it more or cut it down just a little bit further. So then you've got that piece. All right, and then you will eventually fold this one down to meet here. And again, I've not done a good job with this one. And don't worry about stapling it right now. But I used a staple because it made it look more like a tea bag. All right, so what we can do is, since we're already on the inside here opened up, we can take our two little pieces of DSP and put those. It just helped to give it just a little bit more color when you opened it up. So, and this designer series paper is just absolutely stunning, and it comes with dies to cut some of the large images, the large flower images out. So those just fit right there. Look at all the extra glue I've got. Okay, like that, so that when you open it up, there's just something more. And again, you could have, if you used a candy bar or whatever, what I did was I put tear and tape, and I just wrapped it around the candy bar there. And that's how I adhered that, because it's needs to be stronger. All right, so we've got that done, and now we're going to flip it back to the front. So this is the front panel, and we will put on our saffron piece, and we'll put on our DSP strip. Okay, see, isn't that pretty as well? And just line that up. All right, then we're to the teacup, and let me show you what I did with the teacup, because just when you cut it out plain, and I used the very vanilla paper, when you cut it out plain, it looks pretty plain. So, and you can see the difference. And what I did was, it does come with this little leafy, feathery, whatever it is, stamp, which really matched my teacups, which hopefully you'll see in some of the other photos. And then I just used the Night of Navy Stampin'Up marker and just added that. But I also, what I did is, you'll see I made lines here and here with the Stampin'Up marker. And let me locate my Stampin'Up marker, and I'll show you how I did that. Let me get a piece of scrap paper, because I took a ruler and I used the thick end of the Stampin'Up marker, and then I just drew a line with the thick end on the top of the teacup, like that. And then I went down a little bit further, and I drew one using the thin end of the Stampin'Up marker, and then that gave me another one. So that was that. And then, of course, imagine the stamp there. But then the other tip that I like is, if you've cut out more than one, lay the end of it up against that end. Just kind of make sure it's even side to side, and then you're going to draw the line like that on the bottom of your teacup. So doesn't that make it look more like a teacup? Isn't that cool? So that is, gives it a lot more dimension. So there, that's how we did that. And then, so to put it here, you'll kind of line it up, decide where you want the doily, fake doily, and which color that you want. Could do green. There's not any pink showing up here, so I'm not sure if I want pink on that one or not. Let's see what it would look like. Oh, it looks pretty festive. I think I like the pink. Okay, so we'll put the doily down with our liquid glue. See if I can be less generous with the glue this time. All right, and then what I did for the teacup is I put some of the mini dimensionals. Locate my minis, there they are. And I put, actually I think I probably put, I'd probably put the larger size. I don't know that I have. All right, so, and I put one there towards the handle, and I'm just gonna put, I've got a piece of one I'm gonna put here. And then the one here, the one that I did the whole, well, it's almost a whole piece. That's where we did the little, and it's so little, the little tag, I guess. And there are 2 dies that come in the 2 of these little dies. And there's a big one too, a big tag and a little tag. And there are several of the sentiments that will fit in there. And this one that I've chosen is the I Just Can't Thank You Enough. And that was for the people that had come to the tea party. And I think Enjoy and Sweet and I Miss You would all fit in there as well as in the To and From. And somebody else used a different one. Which one did they use? Oh, they used this one. That's right. They used this one right here. And that worked as well because we made these at our team meeting. Okay, so I'm going to use, and it depends on which way. I stamped them 2 ways. I strongly urge you to stamp it before you use the die because it's really hard to line it all up. So it's a lot easier to line the die up on your stamped image. So I'm going to use this one going that direction. And I need a piece of the baker's twine. Let's see where that ran off to. I have a really short piece, but that one is a little bit too short. It may have ended up on the floor. And if that's the case, I'll have to just snip off another one. I don't know what happened to it. I'll find it in a minute, or it's possible that my Schnauzer puppy ate it. I need to have something that's the antics, Annie Antics, I think is what I need to have. So you may be able to hear her in the background. Okay, so I'm going to pull the backings off of these, and then on the one here, I'm going to kind of just take the baker's twine and do like that. And I'm going to end up putting some of the glue on the bottom like that. You almost have a smiley face there. Okay, then I'll flip it over and I'm going to set it on there on our, okay, and then so that way this is adhered and you've got a little bit of room here as if it was a real teacup. And then I'm going to do the same thing with, but this time I will use one of the mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put a mini on the back. In fact, I think I put 2 minis. So there'll be just enough room for 2 minis. Let's stick that if I've done it correctly. Pull the backs off, and then now you can decide how much of the string you want, where you want it to be, and then adhere your tag. So the tag is up a little bit on the dimensionals. You could also use the liquid glue for that as well. So that is that part of it. Now let's go to our closure. And like I said, I didn't fold this very well. And if you have a very small stapler, it would work a lot better. So, because this is a little bit tricky. You want that to be open right there. So you want to be able to put your stapler in and try to get all 3 pieces into the stapler like so. So, and then just imagine that I had folded it better to begin with. So, all right, and then we will just it just closes up and it looks fantastic. So, and then again, you could put whatever you wanted, whatever kind of little treat inside. So that is my tea bag 3D project for today. And I think I covered everything. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll make one for your next tea party. And I also hope that you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. And guys, as of today, I am less than 20 people away from 1,000 subscribers. I would love it if you would help me get to that 1,000 mark. And if you are one of those 900 and whatever it is, 80 something, then thank you so very much. And I look forward to seeing you again soon in the treehouse. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.